Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Jacob Scott Thomas Bertrand. I'm here joined by
Xolo Maridueña, and you're listening to Lone Lobos, the free version of the podcast. If you want to listen to Lobitos Exclusivos, the ad-free extended version of the podcast, check out
our Supercast, or you can go to lonelobos.com. And if you cannot, we still love you and wish you the best.
Ow!
This week on Lone Lobos.
We never had a rapper on the podcast
before. Take that, Soldier Boy. You're not the first rapper on this podcast.
You're the first Hall of Famer that we've had. So,
wait a minute though, dog. There's always been a rapper on this podcast.
That's true.
JMK?
Yeah.
No,
No,
dude, he was in
you.
this. I want to do the soundtrack for the Blue Beetle show. Like, I want to come together and
Yeah, you got to think about it, bro. You played the Blue Beetle.
me. Yeah,
That is crazy,
Dude.
dog.
Wild.
You played the Blue Beetle. Like, yo,
Dude.
that shit is crazy.
3, 2, 1, go!
Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest today. None other than the Mr. No, your rapper's favorite rapper.
Huh?
Monica?
The East Side Long Beach OGest OG of OGology.
The West Coast Nostra.
The G-Funk Lean Hunk.
The West Coast General.
The beat is the hammer and his rhymes are the nail.
Whoa.
Mr. Gangster Rap ain't dead. It never died. It took steroids to the head and it became Crooked Eye.
We got
King Crooked. Welcome to the podcast, y'all.
Hey,
Everybody clap.
thank you for
so
having me.
much for coming
What
on.
an intro.
Yo, they were rehearsing that before and still stuttered.
Hey,
oh
yo,
my
that's-
gosh.
hey,
Great
A
job.
testament to the lyrics.
Yo, you're a real one. Thank you so much. Great job,
That's
Monica
hilarious.
and Jordan.
That was dope.
They got that
Appreciate
this
it.
morning. I gave them tongue twisters to start the morning off, and y'all killed it. So thank you so much. Welcome to the show.
Man,
Welcome to
thanks
Lone
for having
Lobos.
me.
We Jacob's not here. He's still in Latvia. So we are sending our love to him. We miss you, bro. But we're continuing the love here on the pod. So thank you for joining us.
Man, it's a pleasure to be here, bro.
How you feeling today, bro?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good, you know what I'm saying?
What's on your mind?
Health and music and technology
Yeah.
and all sorts of stuff.
It's all coming to a head right now. It feels like, I don't know, I was just being born at kind of like the cusp of the internet and web really starting to boom big.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're kind of at a new turn where it feels like technology, health, all of these things are coming together. And it could be really, really great for us. Or it could be like, damn, it was the turning point. It was all before, but so it's kind of, I'm excited. I have to say, I don't know if it's naivete, but I am quite optimistic because I have a feeling that even though there's technology and all of these things that are really, really great, that I've been doing the work and that I can utilize those things and that I can still be, doing my thing amidst all of this kind of advancement. And I think that kind of the frequencies that we're working on kind of live outside of those mediums, almost even.
Yeah.
Like it's
I hope so.
they were here way before them, so I have a feeling that they're gonna kind of stand the test of time.
I hope so, bro.
But
I hope
I got
so.
so much to talk to you about, bro. Where are
get
my
it.
note cards? Where are my
Let's-
index cards?
Let's get him.
Whatever. I don't need an index card. I'm doing it live. Let's freestyle. So, okay. I got a lot of things that I want to ask, bro, and a lot of things that I want to talk. But basically, the first thing that's the most important is that, aside from, hey, myself, we never had a rapper on the podcast before. So,
Take
but
that, Soldier Boy. You're not the first rapper on this
we've
podcast.
You're the first legend that we've ever had on the pod.
Hey, I appreciate that.
You're
that L
the,
word.
You're the first Hall of Famer that we've had. So,
Hey.
so, and
I mean, Wait a minute though, dog. There's always been a rapper on this podcast.
That's true.
JM Kim?
Yeah,
no,
no,
dude. He was in the stew with Kendrick, and he heard Kendrick spit, and he was like, "I don't got it. I'm gonna stick to." He said,
This is true.
"Metro Boomin, shut your ass and make some drums." He said, "Dude, but
He's lying.
but basically,
On my way.
he was on his way after that. But I'm a student of the game for
Yes.
sure. But you paved the road, and you
appreciate
really
that.
I think in a way paved the road for the people that paved the roads. You know,
Hey, we're some road pavers, baby.
Ooh, so
Trailblazers.
I wanna talk a little bit about the road because a lot of folks are meeting us for the first time,
Yes.
and I want people like you got an intro, so I want to kind of show people behind that because you're also a fan too. We go
Yes.
way back,
Like the seats in a Cadillac.
way back,
Way back.
so I kind of wanted to talk about that as well because
Yeah.
it's a really obscure circle.
Yeah.
And you've had such a trajectory. It's such an immense trajectory, and I want to give you your flowers, bruh.
I appreciate it.
we got. I'm not good at watering, so these are fake, but I want to give you your flowers, bro. Some
Which I'm
real,
looking
some
back
real
like, what
flowers.
you got back there?
Some real flowers. And let's start with like. Correct me if I'm wrong, okay?
Mhm.
Long Beach,
East side.
okay?
Yeah.
East Side, Long Beach.
Yeah.
Coming up in the 90s, in
Yeah.
the 80s,
Yeah.
listening to, as I hear it, your mom's and your auntie's music.
Yes.
Like, what's going on? I'm hearing Sugar Hill Gang.
Yes.
I'm hearing, boom, boom, boom. Ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum. This is, and these are kind of like, aside from Kool Herc, like the pioneers of what we would come to know as hip hop, right?
Absolutely.
So this is you're marinating in this,
Mhm.
okay? And then you head over to Philadelphia for a bit.
Yep.
You slide over there. What do you head over there for? Why are you in Philly?
I went to Philly, man, because somebody said, "Hey, I was messing up, bro. I was on the street.
Okay.
I was on the streets messing up."
But it ended up being it's all part of the course.
Yeah, and I got the opportunity to go out there and get a GED because I dropped out, right?
Okay.
So they was like, "Yo, you come out here, you can get in the GED program," and I went out there.
Okay.
And I walked in to the adult classes and took an assessment test. And they were like, "Well, you don't need classes, just take the test."
Okay.
So I said, "All right, cool." So I took the test and they said, "All right, well, you passed."
Okay.
And I was like, "Well, that's been 2 days. What am I going to do now? I'm supposed to be here for like 6 months."
Well, because I hear that this is a turning point, right?
Yeah.
Because you're coming up in G-Funk
Yeah.
in Long Beach and in Los Angeles, and then you're going over to the East Coast to Philadelphia, and they have it's a different style out there.
It's real. It was boom bap,
I hear it's
a lot of vicious rhymers.
Yeah.
So, after that whole thing, I ended up in Harrisburg and Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, it was like they were super battle
Mm-hmm.
type rappers,
Yeah.
like you go to the basketball court, everybody's hanging out in the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing you know, a little crowd makes a circle
Yeah.
and people start spitting and people's faces are scrunched up. And
Is
it's-
it
you know what I'm
like
saying?
8 Mile?
Oh,
is
yeah.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Crazy, bro.
Okay.
Like,
Crazier.
crazier, because if you didn't
'Cause
have
it's
it,
real.
it was like, yo, you got chewed up. You know what I'm saying? So
It feels kind of like stand-up comedy in that regard, where you're kind of like it's vulnerable
Yeah.
in that regard.
yes,
And sometimes you're doing crowd work. Sometimes you're doing,
absolutely, yeah. I went to go see my man. Shout out Russell Peters. And when we were talking afterwards, I said, "I saw you freestyling in there." And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Man, that's so parallel to working the crowd
Yeah.
and just going off the top of the mind. You
Yeah.
know,
It's
dope.
it's a tough. Are you the type? Quick side tangent. Are you only a real rapper if you can really freestyle?
I wouldn't say that.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. I just wanted to hear it. Okay.
Some people
Quick
might
yes or
say
no.
that, but
Right? Some people
but
might.
it's like, yo,
It's obscure.
I've
like
met
it's an
some
opinion.
very horrible freestylers that write phenomenal songs.
Okay. Boom. You heard it here first from the
You know
legend.
what I'm saying?
Okay, Lay. Who? That's your camera right there. No,
I'm
no,
right here?
no. We don't have to say names. Okay, so you're going to Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Right.
Mhm.
You're picking up a different kind of you're picking up, if this is a skill tree, right?
Mhm.
You were doing biceps and now you're doing triceps. Okay, so
Right.
now you're getting the different muscle groups.
Mhm.
You go slide back to LA.
Mhm.
And now it's game time because you're like,
It's game time.
you got a chip on your shoulder.
Yeah.
You're like, I got my degree, bitch.
Yeah.
It's 98 degrees in here. Let's do this. So what happens next? How old are you? What's going on? Early 20s?
Nah, man, I came back. I was 16.
Oh my God.
I was 16, 17. I turned 17. I think the riots, man, I'm aging myself.
Okay, the
But
LA riots.
I don't even give a fuck. I got gray hairs. I earned this shit.
We're here.
Yeah.
You got no pants on. You got, dude,
I got
it's
pants
okay.
on.
Wait,
Hold on.
sorry, it's camo. Sorry. I got you. Dude, we're
Nah,
over the
but,
head. Okay, here we
But
go.
yeah. Oh, that's what you're talking about. All right, got you. Yeah, so when I got back, it was like, yo,
It's game time.
it was game time. One of my cousin, his homeboy had like a #1 hit record.
Okay.
And it was called Diddy. His shout out Paperboy. And it's, you could do the Diddy if you want to, all this stuff, and it's going crazy.
Jordan knows it, Jim.
And he's like, yo, you need to come talk to Paperboy and all that. And I was talking to Paperboy, and we in South Central, and he got all his cash and new cars, and I'm like, yo, I gotta take this rap serious.
Okay. Is this the first time kind of being exposed to this, or
No, but
Okay.
it made me want to. There's always been points in my career that motivated me.
Okay.
This was one motivating point, because sometimes you lose motivation, bro. It's a tough journey sometimes.
Yep.
And I started very young. I was 8 years old in the studio. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, we heard it, bro.
Yeah, that's
Dude.
crazy. So,
Once
you
CONTROL.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So, it's like, yo, he had all this bread, his #1 song and all that stuff. So I was like, yo, I'm going to get serious about this. And I started, moving back. I'm back on the West Coast.
But what does serious mean at that point? You're 16, bro. Like,
Yo, I just kept, I was like, yo, you know what? No, this old guy told me, he said, yes, yo, if you want to get out of the hood, then you got to be the best at something.
okay.
And I was like, okay, I need to be the best at this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just started studying all the greats and going to open mics and making mixtapes and just whatever the fuck I could do with my time to dedicate to the dream. That's what I did.
I love that, bro. And you ended up like really, it seems like thriving, because shortly thereafter, like you're gaining some heat.
Mhm.
You're starting to put out your first tapes and stuff like that. And what was the first? A couple of things. Oh, dude, ADHD's going crazy right now, bro. I got so much stuff to talk to you about. Okay, so
Let's do it.
a couple things. What is your family thinking? Or do you have the type of upbringing where your fam is like, yes, let's go, Crook, you rhyming? It seems like it, right? Because you're rhyming at 8. Or is it like, oof, I don't know, Crook. Like maybe these aren't the things that you should be doing. And then what is the first moment that you're like, okay, I'm going head first into this thing? Like it's got to be like that. You start to see that your work has come into fruition.
My family has always been very supportive. You know what I'm saying? My mom,
It's the catalyst.
she bought me boom boxes and, and posters to hang on the wall at all the rappers and all that kind of stuff. So even if we didn't have much, she made a way for me to, she paid for studio time. You know what I'm saying? I was a kid. And then she moved, because she's originally from Oklahoma.
Okay.
So she moved back to Oklahoma, and she was like, you're 16, you coming back with me? I'm like, nah, I'm staying here. So, I stayed in Long Beach, and, I was homeless for a while, like, sleeping at my homeboy's bookstore,
Okay.
on Atlantic and Hill, and
You were couch
you know,
surfing. Couch surfing.
couch surfing.
Okay.
You feel me? And then I found a couple of my homeboys. They got kicked out for being
Okay.
young gang
Yep.
members and doing
Yeah.
stupid shit.
Yes, yeah.
So they got kicked out. So it's like, all right, we all
We're
kicked out.
rolling.
So shit, let's go sleep on the rooftops of fucking apartments,
Yeah.
buildings. We was
K Town or where you at?
we was
Where
in
you at?
Long Beach down.
Oh,
Oh, in Long
of
Beach.
course.
So it was crazy, bro. But you know, going through all that kind of stuff was strengthening the music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was strengthening the music because life became super real. So
You had to mature quickly.
I
It seems like.
I had to mature real fast. So, you know, I started battling rappers and doing all kind of stuff just to get my name up. And then once my name got up, there were these two guys who were in the NFL from the east side of Long Beach, you know what I'm saying, named Leonard Russell and Chucky Miller.
Oh.
You know, they went out, got $1 million contracts,
Okay.
and they built a studio in Long Beach.
Oh.
And
Okay.
they were like, yo, we want to sign you to an independent deal. And I was still a teenager. I was like, let's go. And they cut my first check, and I said, yo, Mom.
You
I'm
said,
about to
"Mom,
get
we're
a-
not in Kansas anymore."
Yeah, we apartment hunting.
Okay, let's go.
No more homeless crook. Let's get it.
Okay. So you're doing this. That's really cool. And then
Yeah.
so that's got to be really cool at that age,
Yeah.
17. I mean, that honestly feels like, not to be like, dude, I had like Cobra Kai for me.
Yeah.
Being 16 years old and finally like been working on this thing for a bit.
Yeah.
For like 6 years. You've been working on it
Yeah.
for like 10, and then finally had that moment to be like, boom, okay, here's they threw the fastball. Let me try to hit this thing. And
Was that a lot of pressure?
it didn't feel too much so because I had no worldview. I didn't know that people in Brazil had seen The Karate Kid in the 90s and 80s as well, and that was their whole thing, and that's why they trained jujitsu so hard, and or that people in Belgium would be like, I had no idea about any of that, and they made me so comfortable. So I was like, dude, I'm 16, playing a 16-year-old. The dude doesn't know karate. I don't know karate. I got this.
Yes.
So it didn't. Then once it came out and people were like, "Oh, they got something."
Yeah.
Then I was like, "Oh, what word?" Like I was like, "Okay, wait. Now we got some eyes on us." And then when it came out, it was like night and day. Just like, oh, people saw me. I thought I was just a regular high schooler, and then all of a sudden, I was still a regular high schooler. That all of a sudden, people from across the country were being like, "What you doing? What are you doing, 16-year-old, on your private time? Are you private Catholic high school? Okay." So I so that was kind of my experience. But then, similarly, that really that was my sandbox. Then it became my sandbox, and it was the training ground for the stuff that I wanted to try.
Yes.
And I saw when shit landed, and I saw when stuff wasn't so hot, and I was able to see it and hear about it. And it's kind of, and in similar ways, I'm curious, to ask you, like, I tried, Crook.
What'd you try?
Bro, I tried so hard to find a bad Crook lyric, bro. I went so far back.
You went far? Yeah, yes. Man. Where's Waldo?
I went all the way back to 8 years old, and the stuff that you did when you were 8 years old is already classic.
I appreciate
So,
that, bro.
But sometimes, like, when I look at early stuff that I did, I cringe, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Do
did
you
too.
ever? You do?
Yeah. Well,
Whew, you hear that, people?
rap goes through phases. Like,
We can be.
you know what I'm saying? Like society.
Okay.
You feel me? So it's like there was I come from a time where there's no such thing as PC.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you was
Talk about that.
You're letting every single word, terminology, everything.
This is that
fly.
space, by the way.
You know what I'm saying? So
This space is non-PC
so
as well.
Let me tell you, dog. Like, sometimes I listen to my old music and be like, "Yo, I was saying some wild shit."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But and then sometimes I notice, man, I could have, if I'd have took those two words out of that bar right there, you know what I mean?
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
I start getting technical about, the arrangement, or why did I come in so fast? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I was supposed to build up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the structure of the song or something will bother me, but you know, that's to this day. I think that's just
That's
trying
growth.
to be a good artist and
Yeah.
always, you know, not being afraid to be your own biggest critic. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
And Crook, I gotta say, you've always been hitting the freaking nail with the hammer on the head, because I tried to do my Nardwar on you, bruh.
Yo,
I
you
tried
just
to,
gave me a
dude,
lyric from the controller, bro, right there. That's my first ever fucking song that I did in a studio,
It
bro.
doesn't even, like, I tried to ask people about you. I was like, so tell me, what was he like before I was born?
Yeah.
What was he like before I existed? Tell me. And everyone always said, like, you now, looking at you now, taking the whole thing into picture like we are today on this pod, you've always been, like, you never stopped. And you were always the best to do it. Like, there wasn't a time where you had like a lull. I looked, you kept releasing. All of the stuff is great. And like you're saying, it's like society, it changes. And sometimes, you know, the narrative is this. In the 80s, it was like 80s and 90s. It's like LA riots, fuck the police. This stuff is going on. There's tension. There's like racial tension. Then in, you know, the late 90s, it's like, wow, whoa, we're all cool. Like, we're in Williamsburg. It's cool to be black over here. Like, and then you go down to Atlanta and you got Outkast, and they're like, boing, 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 like, whatever the hell we're doing over here. We got jazzy, southern.
Yeah.
And, like, so you are able to grow with the times. When not everyone was able to climb to the mountaintop, you know? The air gets thin up there. It's hard to breathe. So
some people stuck in a time warp.
Yeah. This is true as well. and I think you've done your best job. I don't know if you've done your best job or it's just been by happenstance or you had the right foundation, but you are so well adjusted. And you see, you know, other people who kind of are in your position, you know, who don't necessarily feel the same way.
Right.
And, like, I gotta say, for someone in your position, I could see you being a totally different person, having a totally different outlook on this whole situation.
Right.
And I wanted to pass the mic to Jordan for a second, because JMKM over here, this dude's from Hawaii. He moves to LA at 18 to do hip hop.
Yes.
He's like, I don't know, I got to do something over here, and it's got to be hip hop, and where else to do that than LA?
You better believe
and
it.
he joins up. He's part of G Funk. He joins up with some crew, but I want him to kind of to ask, what you got, bro?
I was big on the internet, downloading music, and I first discovered your music.
Okay.
With your stay with the second dynasty of Death Row, which they called it the Row, right?
Yes, sir.
So can you talk about that? What was it like being from Long Beach to be part of that label?
Yeah, Death Row was just, it was a weird time, but anything you can imagine about Death Row Records, it was 3 times that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
It was truly
crazy. It was funerals, it was shootouts, it was squabbles, but then there was Hawaii trips and Bahamas trips and yachts and parties. You know what I'm saying? So it was a mixture of just everything.
Does that kind of like
under the
desensitize you?
You know what? The hood desensitizes you first.
Okay.
And then you figure, well, I can go to any record label if I can survive living around here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then you go to the record label and you're just like, okay, well,
it's the same
I was hoping that this would be something different. You know what I mean? Like I was trying to escape that, but if this is what we doing, then cool. You know what I'm saying? And then if the music is not hitting like it should, then it's like, okay, now why am I here? I could just be in the hood doing all this.
Okay.
So it was a good thing. I learned a lot from Suge Knight, obviously, the CEO of Death Row Records. I learned a lot from him. He taught me the music business, you know what I'm saying, and he allowed me to be a fly on the wall when he was meeting with high-level executives in the music business, people who control things. So I was getting my business IQ up.
Nice,
You
leveling
know?
up that skill. Yeah, it's
Yeah, you feel me? So that was a good thing that happened over there. I met tons of people. I worked with all the people Tupac worked
Yeah.
with. So Tupac had this great work ethic to where he would come into the studio and he would make, 2 or 3 songs a day. You know what I'm saying? Like he was rocking and rolling. So since I was new, working with everybody and the same people, I wanted to keep that level of intensity going. So it taught me how to rock and roll, no nonsense, let's get it cracking, get these ideas pumping. It gave me a certain, I don't know, I guess a better business ethic, you know what I'm saying, work ethic. And also, man, like, it was cool experiencing being on billboards, being on covers of magazines that I always grew up reading, you know what I mean? And being able to tell my mom, yo, you can go in there 7-Eleven, you can go into Barnes and Nobles. I'm on this cover, I'm on that cover, on that cover. You know what I'm saying? Like that was dope. And making music with different people, like, Nate Dogg, rest in peace, and just that type of situation. But it was yin and yang.
Yeah.
It had a dark side and it had a bright side. You know what I'm saying? I was able to get out of there after about 4 years, and I just took it like I was in boot camp. After that, I said, okay, well, I survived that, so I guess there's nothing the industry can throw at me now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you went to Nam.
Yeah, I went over there and went to where I put my uniform on.
Yeah. Okay. So then, coming out on the other side of death row, you have a couple more albums under your notch, a couple more tapes, and then do you start to like what happens next?
After Death Row, well, I do want to mention this about Death Row because this is one of my greatest moments at Death Row. Was I wasn't on Death Row when I met Tupac.
Okay.
But I was on Death Row after his passing, and I got to produce a few Tupac songs.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And
a few like yeah.
And like they used to guard his music after he passed. They had armed guards in front of his music. Like you couldn't just walk in and get the tapes or you couldn't do it. Like it was straight like that. And they were like, yo, you can come into this room and you can listen to all his acapellas.
Well,
and you can pick one that you want to create a song around.
Okay.
And you just sitting in there and you're hearing Tupac and you're hearing him rap, but he's also talking to the engineer like, yo, give me a second, I'm gonna take a smoke break. Or you just hear the humanity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to me, that was mind blowing, man. And we ended up doing 2 joints for he has an album called To the End of Time. And I did Happy Home and Why You Turn on Me. We produced that, me and my brother Jim Giddem. And that was a great time. Then after Death Row, you know what I'm saying, I had to go back independent.
Okay.
So now I'm independent. I'm working. I went down south, to Dallas and Houston and was working down there on the independent scene. I was going to New York working. Anybody who wanted to work, I'm working. Because, I'm trying to still get at this. And I ended up not too far from this location, man.
Okay. You're out here in LA. You're back in LA.
Yeah. And I'm out here with Treacherous Records.
Okay.
It was a label started by my homie Tico Cremian. And, I came in and eventually I became a young vice president of that label. And, we were working on a lot of music and things were starting to get back. I'm like, okay, I'm getting back into the game. And then I did the weekly series. And that's what happened.
I wanted to dive into this because how did you get ahead of the curve on the internet? You definitely are someone who was utilizing technology as far as technology has been around.
Mm-hmm.
How did you marry the two? How did you decide, okay, this is, I want to start, getting into tech?
Well, if you don't adjust, then you're gonna be in trouble.
You'll be left in the dust.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? Like I've always tried to stay friendly with technology because it keeps changing music and it changes the landscape.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And once the internet, social media, MySpace days, you know what I'm saying, was booming, it was like, yo, these are the new street corners.
Yeah.
It's not about jumping out, coming out the trunk with some CDs.
Yeah.
Now it's about being on, music blogs and,
That's a
things
great
of
way to
that,
put it, yeah.
that type of thing. So I noticed I did a test. I sent a song to a music blog, just an exclusive. Say, here, you guys can have this. Big music blog. Millions of people come here all the time. And they put it up. And it was up there for like 2 days in a row. And I was like, yo, 10 million people are coming to this page and they see my song up there.
Yeah.
It's not a single. It's not a song I'm just released. It's just here. You
Yeah.
can have it.
And boom.
And then boom.
Like
and
fire.
I'm like, okay, boom. All right. So what would happen if I gave him a song every week?
Yeah.
My face would be there every week.
And dude, and this is so crazy. And what year is this? Can you just give me a
This
like-
is 2000 and I want to say seven.
yeah, I was about to
7,
say like
8.
6, 7. Okay,
Yeah.
so I listened to this podcast Flagrant, right? Andrew Schultz, and he's always gone on to be like, yo, I wasn't into rap, but I listened to this guy Russ.
Yeah.
And Russ did this thing where one summer he was gonna do a song every week.
Yeah.
And that inspired me to do this. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you
I'm
silly-
I'm the original
you
Russ.
silly-
Yeah,
That's
so-
right. We got Crook, the original Russ. That's
We should add that to the intro.
That's him. We're adding that to the intro. So I love that idea. That's
And I got
something-
I
we're
got
doing
songs
that
with
soon.
Russ. I got a song with Russ.
Yeah.
It's called
No, with
yeah.
that's why I wanted to,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's crazy how
People don't know. Like,
Yeah.
yo, when I did that, people were
did
telling
he even
me.
know at that time?
I don't think so.
Right?
So
Right?
when I did it, a lot of people were like, yo, why would you do that? You're giving away songs every week for free. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this makes no sense.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, just watch. You know what I mean? And I remember Irv Gotti from Murder Inc. and Ja Rule Posse. He was like, Crook, you giving away free songs, man. And so
What is
I was like,
this?
yo, what's that right there?
What's that?
Tell Two-Ply Charmin, I'm the shit.
Oh,
Is that my MySpace?
Yeah.
what? Tell Two-Ply Charmin that I'm the shit. What?
MySpace days. Oh my God.
Wait a second. What?
We
Wait,
found
wait.
it.
Planet Cobb. That was so Planet COB. I had like a chat board
Okay.
and I had like my own YouTube before YouTube.
Circle of Bosses.
Yeah,
This is- is this the- is
the
this
boss
the-
boards and all that.
Yeah.
Like you could upload videos, you could do all this kind of stuff. Like I was doing all this stuff
Yeah.
before people were doing it, and then after I did it, I did make the cover of Double XL magazine for the weekly series. You know what I'm saying? I did do that, but after that, it was pretty much just everybody started doing it. Like
Yeah.
Kanye had Music Mondays, and
Yeah.
everybody
Taco
started doing it. So
Tuesday.
I really feel like this. I feel like I changed the way music was being digested online because people were getting one album and some singles. That's it.
Yeah.
Once I started coming out the gate once a week
Yeah.
for an entire 52 weeks, a whole year,
Yeah.
it made the industry say, oh, we have to drop sooner.
Yeah.
And people
It's-
started doing that.
I gotta say, you have changed hip hop history in more way than one because I had to ask King Tech himself,
Uh-oh.
my unc. I was like, give it to me. Give me the sauce. Give it to me. And he said, okay, there is a pivotal moment a little bit before this, around 1999, where there is this, and Crook, not only does he speak
99.
at a million miles a minute, but he also speaks for 3 hours. So I had a hard time remembering it all. But he's saying there's a wake up show / maybe BET anthem cipher that has everyone, and towards the end, you come in and body it. And he said from that day forward, he was like the most important people in the room, like
Yeah.
hip hop,
Yeah.
West Coast hip hop was in the room.
Yeah.
Maybe even the country was in the room. And the verse that you and Chino spit those days
Mm-hmm.
literally changed the way that everyone that was making hip hop started making music. They were like, wait, now we got to get Crook. We got to get Crook on the song. We got to learn his process. We got to learn how he does it. And And those people, albeit maybe they had, you know, more whatever or this or that or you know, they were the ones that were labeled as the pioneers. You were the one that they were trying to look at, and they were trying to catch some of your swag, and it's so immense to think that like now the people that I loved growing up, right? Kendrick, Chance, you know, whoever, Shoreline Mafia, they listened to the people that you influenced and that you and listened to you. Yeah. You know, one of my favorites right now is Denzel Curry, and you're his favorite rapper. Like it's a round robin. Yeah. And I'm so blessed now, bro, to be in this position where we're fighting for the same team, and we're so like-minded, and it's so refreshing because I see podcasts here and there of other people who were in your shoes and who ran the race that you did, and they don't have the same outlook on this. Yeah. And now
what's going on?
And now we are back in the lab, DD. It's Dexter's laboratory.
Dexter.
Because
with the lab coat.
We are freaking doing it. Yeah. And it's been so wonderful. It's been one of the grandest journeys that I've gotten to go through and experiences that I've gotten to do, getting to do music with you.
Yes, sir. Me too.
And
this dude is brilliant. I'm like, man, how are you? Okay, well, never mind.
I had to give some insight because we've only had one song come out so far. Right. And now this is going to be the second one that comes out. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir. I came to Tech and I was like, I got this idea. Yeah. I had seen Top Dog with Black Panther. I had seen Dreamville with, J. Cole. I had seen Nate Dogg with Regulate and Juice and all of these movies. And I was like, I want to do my version of that for the movie that I'm doing. Yeah. But I want to do it from the perspective of the character. Right. And Tech was like, I'm down. That sounds great. Yeah. We could do that. Yeah. And we start looking, and he's got a lexicon, bro. He's got like beats for a millennia. Yeah. And he's done everything. He's the ultimate chameleon, the GOAT as far as producers go. And he's like, there's only one person that can help with this project. I only know one person that can really. There's a lot that you're throwing at me right now, and in order to get this EP right, like I only know one person who can synthesize all this.
Yeah, we just
wait, who
came
is that?
Together like the Neptunes.
Who the heck is that? Yeah. Zoom in.
Let me see.
Enhance.
Bam.
King Tech.
I see King Tech.
I see King
I see
Crooked.
Me.
And
I see.
Who's that with
who's that with the black bob right there, bro?
Is that Crumb?
Dude, is that Crummy Crumb right there, bro? Hey. Dude, that's Edna Mode. Nah, wait
what
a
year
second.
Is this, dog?
That's Mama
That's
Loma.
My homie JC in the corner over there. What is this?
Okay, dude.
That's crazy.
Oh wait, my mama's got her arm around you.
That's
dude.
Crazy.
Apparently you were cool. Dude,
yeah,
dude.
I was always there,
dude. So
that's why he made the call. There's only one person we could call.
Dude,
yeah, I bet, man, dog, we was just, man, that was the place to be. See, that's back when you couldn't just mumble your way to the top of the charts. Yeah. You had to know how to rap, and you had to go through those.
There was only one lane.
Yeah, you had to go through those type of places. Yeah. And prove yourself.
Yeah. You couldn't be in Nebraska on SoundCloud and all that. Making stuff on Fruity Loops. Like you had to do this thing.
I'm not a gatekeeper. Yeah. But I believe in being a key maker for people that, you know what I'm saying, deserve it.
You were doing bodybuilding before there was steroids.
Yeah, bro.
You're like, look, you guys look good, boys, but,
you know, Dr. Miami.
I did it on natural, baby.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the craft it suffers when we just allow, like, they don't just allow anybody to go in there and play on the NBA. They don't just allow anybody to do, you know what I mean? Like, the craft suffers when we don't at least develop the new talent, like your generation. Okay, what's the future of music? The future of music is technology merged with your generation.
But
that's the future of
But
it.
who is the NBA, right? Like it used to be Suge was the NBA, but now TikTok is the NBA, bro.
Right, that's real.
So it's different. Like in the same
TikTok
way,
is the
in the
NBA.
same way that you're saying, you know, I'm blessed to be in Los Angeles already. I was born in I was rocking here, so I'm one step closer. But I had to do the label thing, get my stripes this way.
Yeah.
Whereas now, literally what we're doing is reverse. What the industry standard is like you come to us with the full package.
Right.
We don't got an in-house producer for you to work with, boy. Like you better have one. Your uncle better have helped you with that because we have hundreds of people who now who are coming from all over the world who got what you got. And what we're doing is we're getting everything together already.
Yeah.
We're getting it together. We're doing it independently. And I think in a way, even though it's the opposite, maybe formula, it's the same intention because we want to keep the creativity. We want to keep the rawness. We want to keep the what is meant to be. We want to the reason that you went to Suge is because you knew that if you had an issue, that if you wanted to say something, he was the CEO.
Right.
That was the dude that was you weren't gonna have another overhead who was gonna pass the email, pass the fax, do this. You knew that I was gonna do things the way that I wanted to do things.
Right.
And that's what we're doing now.
Oh yeah.
And we're getting to do that because we can leak something up on the podcast and show a snippet of it and not have anyone say anything. So it's kind of
I like that part.
Yeah.
I like the freedom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right? We all do. We want to eat our cake and have it too.
Yeah. I like the freedom. But you know what I'm saying? Like where you're different is you want to explore different types of art. You know, you want to merge this with that, or you want to, hey man, I want to do this. Like you're curious about becoming better and better and better, and just what I'm saying, the things that you're thinking about. I wish a lot of more artists were thinking about that too. You know what I'm saying? Because it makes the overall music better. Because like I want music to be in better shape, when I leave it. Than when I found it.
For sure.
You see what I'm saying? And then you want to be able to, you sell the Kendrick Lamar, right? Remember when they passed the torch to him?
Yeah.
And and all those people were on stage and they kind of like passed him the West Coast torch.
Yeah.
My whole thing is that torch ain't leaving your fucking hand if somebody's not worth it.
And also,
what I'm saying?
Sometimes you get burned. Like it's
you
like people are very, it's like, hindsight is 2020, but there was a time where Lil Wayne was coming out and people were like,
yeah,
what is that?
He had to grow and he grew into a phenomenal artist.
He's right. Like it's the passing the baton isn't always so easy.
Yeah, you can pass it to somebody,
and sometimes there's growing pains.
Yeah.
What do you think about? Like, I'm curious. I wanted to see. Are you Spotify, Apple Music? What you got? Tidal? Which
I love it.
Okay. What's the I wanted to. Can we get your Wrapped? I want to see who's the top. What's your top song, bro? What's the?
Oh man.
Like what's your?
That's a good question because I have different
you're
playlists
everywhere.
on different platforms. Tidal, I have this.
Of course, SoundCloud is for this.
Yeah.
Apple Music's
But right now,
I
think Tupac, man.
Okay.
Tupac and Above the Law and JID.
Oh, we love JID on the pod. Love Tupac on the pod.
Yeah, it's a lot, bro. Like I listen to a variety of music. I listen to a variety of people, man.
I hear that you're into audiobooks as well. Yeah?
Oh yeah.
What do you listen to? Anything? We got some Malcolm Gladwell. We got some what you like?
Yeah, Malcolm is always good. The Outliers and all that.
I
just listened to one on the way here. Her name is Arlen.
Okay.
Hamilton.
Okay. Can we get a
Arlen Hamilton?
Okay.
She is a venture capitalist.
Okay.
Who was homeless. Yeah, there she is right there. And she ended up creating this fund to finance businesses for women of color,
Okay.
and LGBTQ women.
Okay.
So she's
telling you how she did it?
She's talking about how she did it, and her journey. And from being homeless to controlling $100 million fund.
And there's nothing like, does she read it?
Yeah.
There's nothing like when the person who writes the book reads the book. You feel it.
Yeah, you feel it.
How did you, at a young age, financial literacy and like the reason my mom went from the radio to the nonprofit industry to teach to the education behind the camera, behind the mic situation is because she saw the young bucks blow their bags when they thought they had it. When they thought when they thought they were at the peak and they were like, this is everything. I got the Benzo, I got the Rolly, I got the Ciabatta. Like you think you got it all. How did you? Were there times for you where you were a little this lady and you were like
up and down?
Yeah, right. So what would you like for the people listening to the pod? We got a lot of like our demo, bro, is like 16 to 25.
Okay.
How do you? Is it ever too early to start?
No.
And like, how would you today, given the 40 avenues that you could take to start, doing right money wise? How can you start to think right and have that? I hear Richest Man in Babylon's a good one.
Richest Man in Babylon, I like that book.
There's books that kind of help you, but if you were to just kind of start out easy, broad strokes.
Try to find mentoring from a distance by going on YouTube and looking up financial, people who give good advice, and follow on your timeline, sprinkle a few earn your leisures and sprinkle a few, people in there that's talking about it, and just start getting comfortable with the idea that, this might not always stay the same way. I'm getting a lot of money now.
Yeah.
But there's a chance that some of this money I might lose all this money.
Yeah.
You could, like, some of us are 1 or 2, 3 things away from boom, you lost it all. So you got to be.
Most of America is.
Yeah.
America is one paycheck away.
So you got to really realize, because me, man, dog, I remember I blew like $300,000 on a investment.
Wait, what kind of?
When it happened, I didn't see it coming.
Oh, okay.
And it blindsided me. And
when you hit that, when you looked at the bank account and you saw that it was no longer, or what part?
I was pouring this money in to this particular investment, and I was getting advice from somebody that I trusted, and it was bad advice.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you. You said look at YouTube, but like, is the only barometer for someone who like knows about finance is someone who has a lot of money, or do you have to like ally kind of you ethics and say like, hey, this is how this person makes their money? Because you
vet the personnel, not no guru with this.
Yeah, I feel like it's so like I could see the person who's like, invest in oil.
Yeah,
we gotta farm the technology in Bolivia,
that type of shit. No, like, you know what it is, bro. Is I say the YouTube University thing because everybody can't get into the room with somebody who and
there's a lot of angles
who can really help them. You know what I mean? But if you have a lot of money, then you can obviously get your accountant straight. You can obviously, you know what I mean? You can do all those kind of things to protect yourself. Like, the name of the game is just protecting yourself. Okay. Just make sure that you are protecting yourself, because this shit don't last forever, bro. Like, I know people who have millions and millions and millions of dollars who's sleeping on their homie couch right now. Yeah. It's very possible. Yeah. You know what I mean? I used to go down and give to the homeless downtown LA. And if you talk to some of them people had great jobs. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you have to be concerned with that. And when you're young, you kind of feel like, fuck it, I got plenty of time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I wish I'd have listened to my homies when I was young. When I was your age, bro, I had opportunities to buy properties and all type of shit. Dude, that's fucking 10 times. They're worth 10 times the amount now.
You're the Bitcoin. You're the original.
I didn't
Bitcoin
do it
guy?
though. Yeah, I didn't do it. I was like, what the fuck? I want some property over there for. You know what I'm
right?
saying? And it was like, I'm not doing
Well, that's
that.
because LA, dude, has from the 80s to now.
Yeah.
You could if someone could have told me like,
Dog,
dude,
if I
you
could
want to
go
be
back.
you want to be in Echo Park, bro? Like you want to be right there. I would have been like,
Yo,
But-
I wish I could go back because I passed by these neighborhoods like, fuck, I could have owned that.
dude, my mom too. Like literally, my mom's like, I used to live there. I used to live there.
Yeah.
I used to live there. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? This is Hollywood and Vine, Mom. I'm like, this
Hollywood and
I'm like, this
Vine.
is what they talk about in the rap songs. Why did you not keep that place?
Yeah.
And she's like, bro, we were moving.
Damn.
It's like,
That's what I'm saying. So just try to be smart. Have some discipline.
okay,
Don't run from the discipline as a youngin.
okay,
Do not run from it. Just
okay.
add enough in there to, you're not going to be all the way, but
Okay.
you
Did you
know.
ever? I'm curious. Just quick, rapid. Did you get into Doge at all? Or like that
Dogecoin?
type of thing?
Man, I did a
you think?
coin with
Okay, you got some NFTs type deal. Or?
yeah. I did a coin, but I forget this company because they I had like $54,000
Yeah.
and then the coin went zero.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like fuck this shit. But I was
Dude,
I was
you about to
messing
make
with
a diss track on
Yeah.
Bitcoin?
I was-
Hey, boy, you think you O's and ones? Yeah. Boy, I put you 6 feet. Yeah. Come on.
Yo, dog, listen. But the NFTs, I learned about the NFTs a year before they got popular because
Okay.
I got this super smart homie in Vegas who told me about it, and I didn't know what the hell he was talking about.
Yeah.
But it turns out they became super popular. There's a platform, an NFT platform. I forgot that.
It's
shit
so,
too.
dude, it was
There's
so
so
quick.
many of them,
It
man.
was so quick. It was like,
Oh, Gala Music.
Okay.
Gala Music. Gala
Okay.
Music. This is a great NFT music platform.
Okay.
You can go on there. You
NFT
can
music.
buy the NFT music. You can sell. Say if you say, hey man, I want to use one of my songs. I want to put it on Gala. You put it on Gala. Your fans will be able to purchase a piece of ownership of that song, and they can keep on purchasing and purchasing and purchasing. And the more that song streams, they start earning money. Your fans will earn money off of the streams of that particular song. And this one right here, Gala, they have releases from Snoop. I did a couple releases on there. They got all kind of releases. This is a good platform. And that's
it's like a
one
way
that
it seems like to kind of directly support and be in like the
Yeah.
core fan base of your
of the
your
person
fan.
of the artist that you love.
Yeah.
Okay, you can own a piece of that song. They can get paid for the streams of the song. It incentivizes them to stream and promote
Yeah.
it because they're getting paid too
Yeah.
for the streams. So it's a really good. That's a
kinda
cool
cool.
platform right there.
So okay, so wait, so then how come they're not just putting, shake that ass for Drake? Like how come they're not putting it on there like, oh, I'm rich?
Well,
Like,
some people don't know about it. I think
Oh.
you know what I mean. A couple guys did it. I think Tory might have did it with them.
Oh.
on
Okay, okay.
on one of his releases. But a lot of people don't believe in that. But this is the future of music, bro. Like the blockchain, NFTs, smart contracts, all this stuff is the future of music. You know what I'm saying? This is where it's going. Because at the end of the day, we're getting tired of labels telling us anything. So
Yeah.
it's going to be like, yo, if I want to support somebody, why do I need to care about the label? I could directly support them.
Like I'm gonna find my fan base without
Right.
the label.
Right.
Like I don't need the label to put me on the radio
but
anymore.
they're gonna come for you though. You know that, right?
I
They gonna wave a big old check.
Hey bro. Hey.
They gonna wave
that's
that
kind of-
big boy.
Dude, it's funny that you say that because this project that we're making has taken so long now
Yeah.
that I think actually this comes out, Scarab Tapes comes out, and I want to do the soundtrack for the Blue Beetle show. Like I want to come together and write
Knock it
and really make the universe for that show, And I think
I mean,
this
that was
is
a
like
big moment, bro. Like, you got to think about it, bro. You played the Blue Beetle.
me, yeah,
That shit is fucking crazy,
Dude.
dog.
wild,
You played the fucking Blue Beetle.
Dude.
Yo,
Dude.
that shit is crazy.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then what it did for the diversity of the DC universe and the film, you know what I'm saying, from the film aspect, it's fucking crazy. So it's like, yo,
What do you
This
think when
is-
you saw it? Because I was talking a whole lot about it before you even saw the movie, and
I
then
know.
you came to the premiere. Like I got Crook on the project. I was like, we got to do this
Yeah.
thing. We got to make this EP, and he hadn't even seen the movie.
Yeah.
I was just describing to him scenes. I was like,
Yeah, he
okay,
was
the dad
acting the
dies.
scenes out at
We
his
got to make a
kitchen
song
table.
about the dad dying. Okay, Palmera City. It's like kind of Miami, and it's Brooklyn, and so we got to make a song about this. And
Yeah.
Crook's like, okay, we're doing
Let's
a whole
get
lot of
it.
stuff here. So what? I'm curious to think. What did you think of
I
the
love
movie?
that movie, dog. Like, well, first of all, I'm a fan of superhero movies.
As most of hip hop is.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan because think about it, dog. It's
The Venn diagram is-
I think it is the hero's journey that attracts hip hop to it because a lot of people from hip hop start from nothing, or they start from the bottom, or they start
Yeah.
being oppressed from a position of being oppressed, or
There's a
any
chip.
of that kind of stuff. So it's like, to see the hero go from where he's, from point A to point B and become, who he becomes is always attractive to hip hop. So yeah, I do like, hero movies and just, all that. I watch all that shit. I watch fucking, I don't care, Justice League. I don't give a shit. But when it comes to it, that particular movie, it was family.
Yeah.
I think it was very strong with, the community, the family, the pops, the relationship between the Blue Beetle and his
Yeah.
father, like all these different dynamics is what made me like the movie. The grandmother being down the ride, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this is basically our lives, you know what I mean?
I love the way you're saying it right now. You're like, wait, this is real right now.
Yeah,
guys.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just in a
Wait.
different way, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
So it was great, bro. It was better than I thought it was gonna be. I'm gonna be honest with you.
You're like, it was better than you described it.
Yeah, I
Let's
was
go.
because I was like, yo, bro, I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying?
You're like, you're like, all of this is in one movie? You're like, damn, they can't put this in another Mexican movie? They got,
Yeah.
okay. No, they couldn't have. But, so, Monica, you're picking up a great point. Monica, we were listening to one of your newest joints, and Monica was texting us about it, and she was like, this one song in particular really resonated with me. And I wanted to listen to it and kind of listen to some of it on the bonus.
Okay.
So let's move on over. This has been quite possibly the most legendary pod we've done.
That's
You know,
crazy, bro.
Like this is, thank you so much for coming in, not only blessing the space and kind of showing everyone what you're about,
Yes,
and
sir.
inspiring everyone, but just for being real. Always, as always.
Man, bro, we got to do a part 2, bro.
We got to do a part 2, but we got the bonus. We got a quick bonus. We'll do that after. If you want to head over, go to lonelobos.supercast.com, and we're gonna be kind of talking some lyrics with King Crook,
Thanks for having
Crooked
me
himself.
too, bro.
So, Crook, last things last. We have a segment every week called Song of the Week.
Yes.
Where we have a playlist that is ever growing, and we want you to add a song to the playlist. It can be a song of yours. It could be a song that's on your mind. It could be something that you want the world needs to know about this song. Do you want the team to go first?
Yes.
Okay. Monica, por favor.
Go, Jordan.
Jordan. JMKM.
This is a song that my older brothers grew up listening to, and I heard as a kid. But Paperboy, Diddy,
Yeah.
like
Nice.
And then my song of the week is actually one of yours. It's Parental Advisory.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
Parental advisory. What do I got to do? What's my song of the week? I'm nervous. I didn't have a song of the week. Because I'm trying to think of what's going to be like on the... I want to do one from the same album. Let me see. There was one that I've been listening to on repeat. Born.
Okay. Born.
Feel like I'm aging in reverse.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Bars.
A lot of these rappers think, but now put them in the dirt.
Bars.
Oh, come on. I mean, I could talk to you for hours.
It's
bro.
all about the bars, bro.
It's all about the bars, all about the Benjamins. Crook, what's your song, bro?
You know what? Let's do the song that I did with M called I Will.
off
With
of his
Eminem.
2020 album,
Music to be murdered by.
Music to be Murdered By. That was a really cool. I mean,
Need
dude,
some more streams on
this
that.
is what I'm
joint.
talking about. This is what I'm talking about.
Some
Like
more streams on that.
you freaking every single brush of the paint, like stroke of the paintbrush, has been intentional and immaculate, bro.
Thank you, sir.
And it's been the painting has been building over the years, and you have really quite what an immense conversation it's been with you, bro.
Oh yeah,
Please,
it's been my pleasure, bro.
Crook socials are here. You can find him anywhere you listen to music, as
Mhm.
well as on Crook's Corner. Tell us about that. What is Crook's Corner?
Crook's Corner is a place that started in COVID when we were in the lockdowns. I used to go to the corner of my living room, get on live, and just talk hip hop with everybody on Instagram. And that grew into a situation where I was having musical conversations with people like Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Jermaine Dupri, E40, Tech Nine, Ice-T.
So basically, if you liked this episode, you're gonna like everything that Crook has in Crook's Corner.
Yeah, check Crook's
So-
Corner out. Crook's Corner YouTube.
That's right. Crook's Corner. What else? What do you got?
Nothing, bro. Just
Okay.
working on this new project, GVE3. My fans, that I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna take a break from rapping. But and I'm trying to I'm developing a docu-series right now. So
Okay.
that's right there.
Ooh, okay. Well, I
Yeah.
can't wait to have you back
Yes,
with
sir.
Jacob to talk about the docuseries. Jacob
Oh, yes.
loves documentaries,
That's
so
gonna be great.
we're ready to dive in, bro. Okay, let's get into this bonus. Yeah, we'll see you there. Ciao. Thank you for listening. Check 1 2. What's going on? I'm joined by the dopest person with the letter A in the room. That's right. I got Avni here on the pod. Welcome. Avni, what's your last name? Okay, Avni Singh. I knew that. So basically, we have the other half. You met Shelby from Sticky Feet, and now we have Avni. Thank you so much, A, for joining the fam here at Lone Lobos, but also for doing your thing. I'm excited for you to talk more about it. But today, we have from our marketing team at Sticky Feet a movie poster. Whoa. From our friend Preetha P, your very own Lone Lobos Mad Edition 24x36 poster with Hiki. What do you think about this? Words that you would use for our listeners, perhaps?
Stunning, gorgeous. We've got a good array of colors here: the blue, the green, the red. Got Jicama,
Mm-hmm.
the cutest little dog besides mine.
That's right.
And I guess Jacob is half Mexican. Didn't know that, but it's on the poster. So cool.
I know, we're teaching things the more you know.
The more you know.
And you can get this.
You can get this. I actually don't know how you can get this poster. How do you order this?
Okay. So we'll hold this one together. So okay, so basically we're coming out with these soon on our website, on our Supercast, on the place that you can get all of our other merch. And in efforts to do a little promo, a little giveaway, a little you can get in on this action before anyone else can, if you know what I mean, we're giving these posters away. And we do every week our Lobito thank you, which is our thank you to our Lobitos, Super Lobitos, and members of the Salubrious Society. One of you each week. And today's is Monica.
Today's special winner is, can I get a drum roll, please? Matt Pennington.
Yay, Matt Pennington.
Yay, Matt. Congrats.
Yay. Matt, congrats.
first
We're sending
names.
you this poster. You can get yours poster soon, but until then, if you want to be a part of the giveaway, become subscribed to the Lobitos Exclusivos at lonelobos.supercast.com. That's right. I've been Xolo Maridueña. This has been Avni Singh, and we are.
Been.
She's here in the moments. We're that's
alive.
And no, this has been. This has been because it's over.
That's how it works.
So, you've watched this in the past. We're already recording this. We love you. We'll see you in the next one. Roll the credits. Roll the credits.
This episode of Lone Lobos is a Lone Lobos production, produced by Monica Tamayo and JMKM, with intro music by Nicholas Gray. Like what you hear? Check us out on Instagram at Lone Lobos.